Hi and welcome back to... Yeah? You're probably like, ah, you want to kill her. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to talk all about my recalibrated bodies experience, why I chose to go with them, what you get from it, what you need to do, etc, 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 because loads of people have gotten on to me asking all about how I got on, how I found it, you know, what you need. Do you need to have access to a gym? What kind of programs there are? There's so many different options, and I think people maybe have thought about it, but they're not exactly sure. You know I have the fear of the unknown, so if something I haven't even looked into or don't know anything about, I would be a little bit cautious handing over money for something that you don't really know about. So I've decided to record a little video all about it. First things first, Recalibrated Bodies is my first and only experience of online training. There is so many options out there now. So Recalibrated Bodies is my first experience, I suppose, with online training, and I'm terrified now. I don't know if I'd ever go anywhere else because I've had such a good experience with it. I would be worried that somewhere else or someone else would do it differently and it wouldn't kind of agree with me and my lifestyle and everything like that. So for the foreseeable future, they are going to be the people that I'm going to go to. But basically, why did I go with them? So 4 weeks ago, so I'm actually technically finished my 4-week plan now. I'm heading away in 6 days time, and as soon as I'm back, I'm going to go back on another 8-week plan for body power and summer holidays and things like that. I put up a blog post probably 6 weeks ago now about how staying on track at the weekend is essential to seeing results. From January until the start of March, so 2 full months, 8 weeks, I wasted by starting again every Monday. So every Monday it would be the same. It would be, oh yeah, and I'm going to stay on track. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be fine. Thursday I'd get a little tired, so I'd take a little rest day on Thursday, and that was when it would kind of slip, and I would, you know, go out for lunch on Friday maybe, or it would be like a biscuit here or an extra rice cake there, which doesn't seem like that much. But when you add it all up over the space of 3 days, it is quite a lot, and it was hindering my progress. So I would step on the scales Monday morning and I would be X weight, and then by Friday it would have dropped, and I'd be like, oh, I'm doing really good, like pat on the back, Leanne, so you get to eat off plan basically. And it all caught up with me. But I did this for 8 weeks without even realizing, and I wasn't even having massive cheat meals. Like I wasn't having Domino's every weekend, even though I wanted it, but I felt like because I wasn't having that big one cheat meal to look forward to, I was just picking here and there. So anyway, in March I kind of took my head out of the sand and decided, nah, enough is enough. I'm gonna stay on track for 1 weekend and see does it make a difference. If it did make a difference, I probably would have continued doing what I was doing, but thankfully that first weekend my weight just obviously kept dropping, and when I came around to the next Monday my weight was down, and I kind of felt like, okay, I'm not going to screw this up, so I stayed on track until the Friday. And then the Friday came of the second weekend and I felt this is actually really easy to stay on track. I don't need to be picking. I'm not hungry, I'm doing it out of boredom. Obviously life gets in the way, and I was thrown a bit of a curveball, and it was sink or swim for my diet. I think I definitely, for a good solid 3 hours, considered just going to Tesco, buying Ben and Jerry's, jellies, chocolate, dairy milk, getting Domino's, you name it, like emotionally eating. And for some reason something just clicked in my head and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I bought a 4-week program. So the program that I bought, I will link it down below. It's 4 weeks nutrition and training. So the nutritional plan I went with was just macros, and there is a food plan option whereby they lay out, like, you know, whatever it is, 2 eggs, Greek yogurt, turkey burger, whatever it is, they give you exact measurements. Personally I didn't go with that. I'm used to, if it fits your macros, I'm used to my Fitness Pal. If you get them to lay out your food, it is more expensive than the macro plan, and obviously it's more time consuming and stuff like that, so you know, of course it's going to be more expensive. So I went with the 4-week one. And I also decided, you know what, let's go hell for leather with the training. And the reason I went with the training plan was mostly because I wanted accountability. I didn't want to be like, oh, just go into the gym and do legs and like arse about for 20 minutes before I even decided what I was doing. So I think in the end the two of them cost maybe like 120 euro ish. Again, check the link. I'm going to put the link down in the info box for exact prices and stuff. So how does it work? Well, you go on obviously to Recalibrated Bodies, you put in your information, your payment information, all that type of stuff, and then you get an email being like, welcome to the club, and you get this document that you have to fill out. So it's brutally honest. It's what you're currently doing training, what you're currently eating, and your weight, your height, your measurements. So your measurements are your neck, your waist, hips and thigh. So I was brutally honest and told them that I was a terrible eater. I was really fussy. Obviously I work a 9-to-5 job as well. Work obviously plays a huge role in my training times, unless I'm going to get up at like 5:30 in the morning, which I'm not. I train after work or later on in the evening, so that plays a huge role in it as well. And then your lifestyle as well. I suppose when I first started with the program, my stress levels were pretty high from numerous things, and they take all that type of stuff into consideration, like your gut health and all that type of stuff. And then you send that off and then you wait, and it's literally a waiting game. You're waiting for the guys to get through your assessment form, look at your macros, look at your lifestyle, look at what your goals are, what you want to achieve, what type of time frame you have, etc, etc. I was really lucky, and at the time the guys got back to me really quickly, so I think it takes up to 7 days. I think mine was probably 3 or 4, you know, but you need to leave yourself 7 days. Got my plan, got my training plan and my nutritional plan. Looked at the training plan and thought, this is easy, I can so do this. It was 5 days training because loads of people have asked. So I do 5 days training, 2 days rest. And on 5 of those training days, at least 4 of them, I think 4 of them have either HIIT training or Tabata training. I thought that my biggest thing was going to be the nutrition. So the difference between what I was doing previously and what Amanda and Daniel had me doing was I have been following If It Fits Your Macros for a year or more, maybe now at this stage. And I obviously got my macros and I set them for the day, and really it didn't matter what I ate and when I ate it once I hit my protein, carbs and fats at the end of the day. And the difference with the Recalibrated Bodies plan is they set your macros per meal, and that for me, like macro timing, was totally new. I suppose that was probably the hardest thing for me to get my head around. I looked and I was like, how am I going to figure this out? And I'm not gonna lie, the first 2 days I literally probably spent an hour each day trying to go through it and go, right, well if I have that there, oh no, I need to take that out and I need to put this in, and oh I need more protein or I need more carbs here. And then the training. I was so naive with the training. I was like, this is going to be so easy. Got my program, was like, oh, I've already done legs this week. Okay, I'll start with shoulders. Nice and easy, shoulders and abs. Oh my God, the pain in my shoulders was like no pain I've ever felt in my life. I thought I trained relatively hard. My whole body hurt for 10 days solid, I would say. It was so hard. But really pushed me out of my comfort zone, doing much higher rests. But the biggest thing for me and the whole training thing was the rest periods. Like time your rest, 45 to 60 seconds. So I was like, okay, right, straight back on it. And that for me was where I felt I had probably been lacking a huge amount previously. So a couple of people have asked, would I recommend getting the training program? Is it necessary? Of course it's not necessary. You know, it's completely up to yourself, your budget, your lifestyle, how good at training, you know, how good at training yourself you are, if you're going to a personal trainer, all these type of things. So that's training. Nutrition, my macros are set. I'm eating more than I ever was before. I'm eating more carbohydrates, I'm eating less protein. I was probably overeating on protein. And I never felt hungry. I never felt deprived. I never felt like, oh, you know, I just would really love a cheat meal tonight. And loads of people have asked me, have I had a cheat meal over the last 4 weeks? And I haven't had a cheat meal, anything that I would classify as a cheat meal. In the last 4 weeks though, I've eaten out probably 3 times, maybe 4 times. And felt like I wasn't going off track because I just made better choices. I didn't really feel like I needed a cheat meal because I still was having, or I still am having, like the likes of Nutella. I'm having so much peanut butter. I'm having buff bake almond butter, birthday cake. Oh my god, it's like delicious. I just love when I can fit that in to my macros. I'm still having loads of like yum food and I don't feel deprived at all. So that was my training and nutrition. So very nervously I'm going to put in a picture here of me starting. This is 4 weeks ago. So yeah, I wasn't in bad shape. Well, you might disagree. I wasn't in the worst shape. I had been, you know, kind of taken a bit serious for like 2 weeks. I thought I was great. Yeah, this is me this morning. How nervous. So like the biggest difference I suppose I can see in myself is in my tummy area. My weight, by the way, in these two photos, I think there's probably like 1.5 kilos maybe difference, but physically you can see such a change. I think anyway, personally I think I can see a big change. I suppose things that aren't nutrition and training, things that Amanda and Daniel take into consideration that I had never even thought about or given enough time to, is things like, for women, the time of the month and how that affects your body, how it affects your training, your diet, what you should be eating, when you should be eating, all that type of stuff. Anyone that's followed me on Snapchat will know I'm taking is apple cider vinegar, and basically I'm taking it for gut health and better digestion and all those things that are probably too much information, but I would have struggled with bad digestion, and probably due to a lack of fibre, if I'm going to be really honest. I start taking apple cider vinegar and it is vile. I'm sorry, but anyone that tells you different either loves vinegar and acidic things or they're lying. I find it really strong. So how I'm taking it is with some water and even a little smidge, tiny little amount of honey, just to really kill the really acidic taste. I'm taking that every morning and oh my god, the difference. Like, I feel like a new person. Would I recommend Recalibrated Bodies, I suppose? Absolutely. Like, I'm signing up again for another 8 or maybe 12-week program. You can catch the guys on Instagram. This is their handle. And they're also newly on Snapchat, so give them a follow as well. I feel like it's totally changed my whole, you know, once you see results, you become addicted, and I can totally see why that is, because I have totally become addicted to seeing results and I'm going to keep showing it off. So I do apologise for all the similar selfies, but I just never thought that 4 weeks I could do that, and where will I be in 4 more and 4 more after that. So next big goal is body power, and then after that is going to be my holidays in July, and we'll see where I am then. But yeah, huge credit to the guys. Make sure, if you aren't already, to catch me on my Snapchat handle. And if you aren't already, to get me on Instagram, that's this one here. If you do have any questions, just leave a comment below. Yeah, and I hope this kind of has made it a little bit easier for you. And if you have got any questions, I'm sure Amanda and Daniel are more than happy to answer them. I'm going to leave all the information in the box below, so give that a read. And yeah, I will see you on the next video. Bye.